This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 663 of the official Universal Orlando podcast on May 20th, 2025. For in dreams enter a world that is entirely our own. Hey everyone, I'm Tracy and I'm here to entertain you. Can't do that alone, of course, so I'm here with Chris, Michelle, Lee, and my Taste of Universal co-host, Kayla. But before we get started...
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, chance to be guest host, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uUOP.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
Encounter fantastic beasts as you explore Wizarding Paris in the 1920s. Then take the Metro Flu to the British Ministry in the 1990s for new thrills with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Get ready to explore the excitement of the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic.
Beyond the world's ornate portal, guests will first journey from a Muggle park in Paris into the breathtaking spectacle of 1920s Place Cachet, a hidden, bustling shopping district in Wizarding Paris, lined with, oh, come on, man.
I don't even know what that word is.
Haussmannian buildings. I'll say it like an American. Haussmannian buildings, shops, sidewalks, cafes, and historic Parisian domes rising in the distance. Here, wizards and non-magiques alike will be enamored with the majestic grandeur and enchanting ambiance of the city as they cast dazzling spells throughout the magical streets using interactive wands, encounter fantastic beasts at a traveling circus, and, for the first time ever, within the wizarding world of Harry Potter, travel across countries and time to 1990s London using the Metro Flu for a thrilling adventure set inside the iconic British Ministry of Magic.
So a question I want to ask at this point. Kayla is joining us from the Taste of Universal as she is a huge Harry Potter fan, like most of us, I think, to be fair, at this point. Do we think having a Potterland at Epic Universe was a little bit too much?
No.
Especially considering where the Potter fandom is right now.
I did worry about too many eggs in the basket, but we'll see.
I feel like the Potterland in this park doesn't have the same presence it does in the others. And I mean that in the sense of you go to the other parks and you're like, yeah, you got to go to Potter. And this one, there's just so many other better things to do that it's not that same mentality that it's Potter. So, I don't feel like it's going overboard on it, but I do understand what you mean as to kind of still banking on Potter, given certain, people's opinions.
I think it's an expectation pretty much now. Like, you kind of have to. I don't know that they could ever not have a Potter area. It's kind of what put them on the map.
That's true.
Yes.
But I also like what Chris said, that this one is downplayed a little bit. Like, yeah, they put it in there, but they used an IP of that franchise that is lesser known.
It's got a completely different charm.
Yeah, while still finding a way to connect it to something that is well known, which is the Ministry of Magic. And that's something that we've all been wanting for a long time, is some type of a Ministry of Magic attraction. So I think that they were really, really creative in how they chose to put it in this park.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate where you have to do this, but it's almost that cliche, separate the art from the artist type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kayla, as somebody who is a huge Potter fan, how high up on your list is Ministry of Magic as far as the lands at Epic?
So I've been thinking a lot about this. It's number one.
Tracy just said that.
Yeah, it's number one.
I know my girl.
And I've been having a lot of trouble. I don't want to get, I'm assuming we all don't want to get too political on this podcast.
No, not at all. But yes.
But there, I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I can explain, as I was running today and thinking about it. I went to Hogsmeade in the first month it was open. I went back to Hogsmeade for the opening of the last movie premiere. So I did Wizarding World all day, and then at night I went to the Universal Cinemark to see the movie.
Cool.
I was proposed in front of Hogwarts, and I think I was 2 months after, and it just worked out that I got to go to Diagon Alley within the first 2 months of its opening. So like Harry Potter at Universal just means so much to me personally. And I've just been really lucky to be a part of some of these like really magical moments and having the Harry Potter sections of Universal Studios as part of it. So like as a personal thing, I've been kind of battling a little bit with Harry Potter. I belong to a Harry Potter group that we read a chapter a month through a theme, and it's like we use sacred practices, so it's almost like Harry Potter, like a Bible, and that has helped me. And I think Michelle said it, or like separating the art from the artist. But I really think Potter fans with Universal, if this makes sense, has really separated Harry Potter from the artist.
That's a really good point, actually.
The fan theories and like the things I talk about with my book club, with my Universal friends, like this is stuff out of the book. And then like this France land, I was listening to the Universal Family podcast. Like this came from a school book. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is just a school book. And they made a whole story. I know JK was part of it, but it just feels so separate that this really, really feels separate.
Yeah.
And I'm really freaking excited. I love the 20s theme. Like, again, this is like weirdly, it feels weirdly to me that it's like the 1920s, magical, and Paris is like a top place that I really want to go. So it's like, what the heck? Like, you
they
just
made it for Kayla.
Yeah, you wrote this for me. Thanks.
For me with this, the Fantastic Beasts, I've actually come to the realization that I prefer the first movie.
I love the first movie
over the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
for me, Fantastic Beasts scratches all of my itches.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm getting
a bit of both,
a bit of that, I'm really happy about that.
See, I wanted to.
Fantastic Beasts has that very much that action adventure journey that he's going through. I think that kind of, I love those kind of movies.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, it hits them more than the Harry Potter series does, because that's a different thing. That's more of a thriller mystery style story that's being told, rather than let's go on this adventure and figure things out.
Yeah. Well, an interesting dichotomy too, for me and Nancy, for instance, is Nancy kind of makes fun of me for liking Potter stuff because she equates that to being for children. Like it's a bunch of kids running around, right? A bunch of kids and teenagers. I'm happily will always be a child. However, the Fantastic Beast franchise is adults. Like it's an adult movie. All of everybody in there is adults. So it brings that world into a different dynamic.
That's true.
That Nancy actually liked.
Okay.
That's a very good point.
It's interesting. Yeah, I've never looked at it that way. Yeah.
Especially because the first two movies, like I always said this, even in the beginning when I started watching the movies, where I had a hard time in digesting movie 1 and 2. Like movie 1 and 2 felt very much like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
After that, it becomes an adult movie. I feel like it's a whole different thing. Whereas Fantastic Beasts is not that at all. It's just straight into an adult movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also, what's more iconic than 1920s Paris?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm rewatching. I watched Fantastic Beasts 1 yesterday, and I'm in the middle of 2 today. And so it's like really fresh on my mind. And I knew it was an adult themed movie. I had really forgotten how adult it is. Like it is not for children. It is like, my husband was like, "Oh, this is scary. Like, I don't think kids should watch this." And I was like, "I don't think this was meant for kids."
No.
And then like the themes, and it just gets more and more adult. And then again, this isn't putting my thoughts into it, but it's 100% about politics. And by the third movie, and it's it's touching stuff that I mean, maybe as a kid I'd be like, oh, look, magic and animals, but I wouldn't for a second.
But
they're
then,
deep topics.
hang on.
They're deep topics.
No, I would.
Yeah, they are.
See, I'm going to jump in then and say I think you're missing out the Potter thing. The actual Potter books, the whole Muggle-born act is. You want to go political? That is 1940s Hitler. Yeah, that's dark as hell. But anyway,
maybe I think these movies get a little darker, or maybe show like. I just saw Grindelwald, I guess he didn't, but he just had like a little kid killed, like just walked in the room, saw the baby and was like, eh. And it's like, woof, like hearing about it, knowing it's happening in the Harry Potter books is one thing, but to see it was like,
well, I never expected the conversation to go this way. I will tell you now that if so the music at the end of the first Fantastic Beasts, when they do the Obliviate thing with the rain, if that music's playing anywhere in this land, I will be a blubbering mess because that music kills me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It kills me.
No comment.
Although I do really want that bakery.
There are elements of that in there. But yes, it should. But it can't because that's in New York, not in Paris.
Expansion. We've got the Fluid Network.
True. They apparently can time travel as well now.
Yeah. Well, why not? Okay.
we could bring it all the way back to Lee's initial question, is it too much Potter, and say that they could add the bakery in New York in studios.
Yeah.
And then
yes.
Just a little like Easter egg.
Wait,
well, they did that, didn't they? With the pig, whatever the thingy pig is. That there was that thing in New York, wasn't
we've
there?
Already
not
got
a flying pig.
We've already got the subway entrance.
The blind pig.
Yeah. I've got the subway. You can do it there. Just do the tribute store. We need the tribute store.
Just the Lente Bakery
as
and their apartment.
Bakery.
The apartment upstairs.
That would be amazing.
Oh man. Okay. Right. We could talk about this forever.
Sure.
So let me just wrangle you all. We're gonna take a look at what the whole land's got to offer. So Kayla, take us away.
To the one ride that this land has.
The one ride causing the most controversy on all of the Facebook. Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. With its unique combination of massive environments, powerful storytelling, and first-of-its-kind ride technology, Battle at the Ministry builds upon the historic theme park innovation Universal is known for, and will be one of the most impressive attractions to date. The adventure begins when guests travel by MetroFlu. Ooh, I get excited for that. A unique mode of Wzarding transit inspired by the iconic Flu network seen in the films and read in the books, to journey from Wzarding Paris to British Ministry of Magic for the long-awaited trial of the infamous Dolores Umbridge. Upon arrival, guests will enter the Ministry's jaw-dropping grand atrium and venture through other departments before boarding magical omnidirectional lifts to watch the trial take place, until Umbridge attempts to escape. Guests then join Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, and a house elf named Higgledy in a thrilling chase that will propel them up, down, forward, backwards, sideways, and more throughout the Ministry as they try to capture Umbridge, all while dodging attacks from Death Eaters, rampaging creatures, and more along the way.
Now, Chris, I know that you said this ride was impossible to get on and you rode it twice, so tell us about it a little bit spoiler-free, please.
This ride, so one of the things that this ride does, which is phenomenal, is so you have the castle tour, right? So you can kind of go through the castle without riding the ride. They did that times 10 here because prior to going, you have like the initial queue in the beginning that you just kind of walk into to get to the Metro Flume, and then you go inside of that grand, Ministry of Magic set piece that you're used to from the movies. And you're allowed to go in there and explore all you want. And that by itself is worth a trip alone, which is phenomenal, right? So even if you couldn't get on the ride or you have it later on, but you really want to take your time and go through in there, it's an open walking around area. Like it's very weird. I've never had anything or seen anything like this before. So you can explore all that area, take pictures, and there's a lot of things to take pictures in there. And then when you walk down past the statue, that's where they will check you into the ride queue, and you got to show your, pass and all that. And then you go through the regular queue, which is also phenomenal. Now it is ginormous, this queue. Like I think I've mentioned this before. They built this out for crowds.
So then why have they made it virtual line?
It makes no sense. I mean, obviously we're still in previews, so let's see what they do. But you could have fought for your life for a virtual queue to just get there and still wait 2 hours in line.
Wow.
Sorry to say it, but that's what it was. And sometimes it was 30 minutes, but sometimes it was 2 hours.
Is there a single rider line, Chris?
I don't remember. I don't.
There probably is.
So.
I don't know if it's open right now, though.
Yeah, because they can fill the cart up with, since it's such a big cart, it can really accommodate to, groups of 2, groups of 3, groups of 4. Like they can really blend that in together. So maybe, I don't know. I'd have to, next time I'll look out for that. But I'm
just Googling.
But yeah, I mean, Google that too. Yeah. That aside, the attraction. I mean, you saw my post in the Producers Club when I first rode that attraction, and I'm not going to give anything away whatsoever, but it blew me away. Like it completely, from boarding it to the queue to getting to boarding it, the people that were working there, very in character. I was joking back and forth. They're like, there's a trial today and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to go witness that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think she's guilty. And then they got into it with me and they were like, going back and forth. So that was fun banter. And then getting on the vehicle, like I think you've seen the vehicle ride. It looks very much like a Tower of Terror ride vehicle, but it is not Tower of Terror whatsoever. Okay. And I think what they did was very, very clever on how they were able to achieve this. If you thought you were somehow going to ride the actual elevator from the movies, I don't know what you're thinking because that doesn't exist. But I think they did a really, really good job at, I think they did a fantastic job at simulating that. And honestly, if you just look forward, don't be how we normally are, trying to look at everything, trying to figure things out. Just enjoy the ride the first time. Okay. Look forward. It really takes you on a journey. It's a deviation from the story like we're used to on all these rides. And I thought it was a really cool story. There's a lot going on, so you're going to have to ride it more than once to really understand. But that being said, there's some screens. I think they mesh the screens in very well. A lot of animatronics, a lot of set pieces, a lot of grand set pieces too, which when you get to this one thing in particular, you're going to be like, holy shit, that's big.
That's cool. Just to interrupt, there is a single rider line.
Yes, there is. I don't know. I just looked it up.
Yeah. I mean, you're honestly, if you're not blown away by this ride, like I question what you like, because take it from a ride perspective. It's just such a cool experience and it sucks you into it so well. And, I rode it again the second time. I was able to understand the story more and I still felt very strongly about the ride. I think it's a fantastic ride. It's a great addition. I truly feel it is a new experience, a new kind of ride that we have not seen anywhere in Orlando, or a theme park for that matter.
So Chris,
and I think you're going to love it.
They classify this as a thrill ride. How thrilling was it in comparison to the other Potter rides that we have?
It's way more thrilling than Diagon.
Really?
And yeah, oh yeah. I think it messes with your senses way more than Diagon Alley.
So it's going to make me puke. Then, is that what you're saying?
I mean, no, I I don't think so.
You said that about Curse of the Werewolf, and I'm not convinced of that.
It's listen, this ride is very difficult to explain. All I'm going to say is they did a fantastic job at making you feel like you're actually doing what you're doing.
Okay. But there are moments where you're like thrilled, where like, whoa, like,
oh, there's moments where again, it's you're simulating being on that elevator ride. So there are parts here that you're not actually like in Tower of Terror where you do drop down, but there are parts here where you feel that in your stomach that you just fell or going down really. You feel like you're going a lot faster than you really are.
Okay, that's cool.
Interesting. Kayla, excited for this one?
Oh, I'm giddy. I mean, I'm like squealing in my chair on mute, like half tears of just emotion, a lot of emotions.
You're gonna love it.
I cannot wait.
It's also, and I keep on, I've talked about this to other people, it's gorgeous. The queue, the tile work that they've done in there is absolutely stunning. Like it is, and I'm not even like an architecture kind of guy, but what they did there, I think somebody said it was like 20,000 tiles just in that one Ministry of Magic room that you're in the beginning. Like, it's gorgeous. Like the whole thing, they put so much attention, time, and money into this land or this ride. you're going to be blown away by it.
Having been to the studio tour over here, where they've got, I mean, obviously it's not going to be 360. The ride is like, it's a good chunk of that ministry, so I can kind of imagine what it's like, having already kind of seen the actual movie set from it as well. So, and that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's insane.
Before the ride was open, when it was just team member previews, I was seeing the queue. I think the highest up I saw it on a list, on a hype list of, ridden rides or whatever, it was, the highest was 3. I think the, again, average, I didn't actually calculate this, but just from my memory, I was seeing it 5 compared to, I saw it beating out the Donkey Kong minecart. A queue, just a queue.
Oh, okay.
Walking
Queue,
through
yeah.
a queue was beating rides and big rides from big IPs. No offense to the Constellation, which whatever, I think it looks beautiful, but just I could see maybe a carousel, but the minecart coaster, I was like, what?
The queue is something else. Yeah.
What I love about, I know this is obviously the last ride we've talked about prior to opening. What I do like about the rides at Epic is everything's different. There's not really 2 rides the same. Even though there's coasters in that park, they're all very different. You look at Minecart Madness and Stardust Racers and Hiccups Wing Gliders and Curse of the Werewolf. They're all a different take on a coaster.
Yes.
So every ride is different, and I love that.
Which is great, yes.
Yeah.
And different levels of thrill as well.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, the other attraction in Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic is Le Cirque Arcanu. Is apparently how you pronounce it, even though it looks like it says Arcanus. For the first time ever in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, guests will enjoy a live, full-scale theatre experience in the heart of the land with Le Cirque Arcanu. This spectacular show features live performers and aerialists, amazing puppetry, brilliant special effects, and more to take guests on a whirlwind journey where they'll encounter fantastic beasts like never before. The show follows Ringmaster Skender, who has stolen Newt Scamander's suitcase where demiguise, Diricol, mooncalves, and more reside. To try and bring the failing Le Cirque Arcanu back to its former glory, it's then up to circus employee Gwendolyn to rescue these creatures before they end up in Skender's greedy hands forever.
Ooh.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
I have heard.
I've heard this is you do this.
For how amazing the Untrainable Dragon is, apparently this is head and shoulders above that. I know someone who works this attraction, and he said it is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Dude, we tried the second day for 3 different shows, and every time it just kept on getting canceled and canceled. It killed us because I was talking to Brian that day, and I was like, yeah, we might do this or ride a ride. I forgot what it was. I think it was Mario Kart. And he's like, listen, this show ranks up higher on the list than a lot of the rides do here, which is incredible.
This is my number 1. So again, back to this is written for me, or this was made for me. When I don't even know if Epic was rumored, it might have just been in fun chat of what we would hope for or whatever. And I said after Fantastic Beasts that to see the Magical Beasts show, to have an actual sit-down show inside of Potter, I love the Streetmosphere, but to have a sit-down, you can take a little bit of a break, and then obviously they could put more money towards it and do more effects. That I was like, that is all I want. It might have been with Epic, because I was like, all I want in Epic is that show. If they have that show, then that's it. That's my number 1. And then when they announced the land and announced that this was happening, I was like, oh my goodness, they listened to my phone conversation and
you're like, get out of my head.
They did it for me.
They listened to my Alexa.
Yeah. Get out of my head. Yeah.
I'm gonna die. And I'm trying to figure out the best means of planning this, of like how, like this is if we just see this and walk around, I'm absolutely fine with opening day.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of nuts to say that I'm okay with not riding a ride, but oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this.
I'm so excited too, because I actually love the Fantastic Beasts franchise.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than the actual like original Harry Potter franchise.
What?
Just because I
you didn't
really
think that when I
love
said
the
that.
animals, like the creatures. I really, really, really love them. They're so cool. They're so beautiful, so imaginative. And the fact that I get to like see them in a show, I don't know how they're going to make it happen. I don't want to know. If anybody knows, I don't want to know.
They're real.
I'm really trying to like stay spoiler free on this show 100%. But to see them, oh my God, I'm so excited. Now the next step would be actually getting to like pet one. If they had a demiguise meet,
Oh my God.
done.
Well, they have some of them in Japan, and then they just had some really cool ones in the Fan Fest that look awesome. So like they have to be coming, right?
You would think so, because haven't they got like a Niffler and a Hippogriff?
Yeah.
The Hippogriff for sure. And the Hippogriff looks awesome. Looks really cool.
The Niffler looks funny.
Yes.
Yeah, they would need to do this just to add a little bit more kind of entertainment or things to do in this land. Because again, you only have that one ride, albeit phenomenal.
But then again, we've said that about Diagon Alley is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Diagon Alley is super popular. So
no, I mean, I'm not saying this place is not going to be popular. They have a lot of other things going on, but bringing these character meet and greets, I think, would add another dynamic to that land.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have to have things for expansions in the future. So I'm sure these are all things that are.
Mind you, listen, we were coming down on them like, why is that land there? Open it. We need it. Still in preview, but open that now. Like, build it now.
Yeah,
this is not enough anymore.
Right. We already need more.
Yeah. I mean, was it the Sir Canoe that we've been told when to go and see it?
In the morning?
Yeah, like go first thing, because it's going to be so popular.
Yeah.
The crowds will go other places first. If you go first thing, you're more or less guaranteed getting in.
If it doesn't make me cry, I'll be disappointed, is what I'm going to say.
Everything makes you cry.
Not everything does.
I'll make you cry.
I need to get some waterproof mascara before we leave.
I want to see Michelle cry. I've never seen Michelle cry. I want to experience that.
I'm going to.
Even me bawling on her doesn't make her cry.
In myself.
Shocking.
I'm trying not to like set myself up that I have too high expectations, but even just the thought, and I know Universal will figure it out, and I think mostly because of like HHN and what I see them do there. But just the thought of walking into like a small tent that then is magically ginormous is like, that's going to like catch my breath and make me bawl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know that's going to happen. I've not seen anything, but again, just the magic of this and what I know what it is in the movies, like I just can't imagine them not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
My God, I can't wait.
It's so interesting.
Not long now.
I'm still torn between wanting to visit this land first or
Berk or Dark Universe.
First, though.
See, what I love about this one, and they've said it, haven't they? Haven't they said that the tallest building in this is taller than the tallest building, or the shortest building in here is taller than the tallest building in Diagon Alley?
Wow, yes.
Crazy.
I do remember.
So it is going to, I mean, Chris, you can obviously attest to it. You've been there. Does it feel, from the brief pictures I've seen, it looks like you could, I was going to say close your eyes and imagine you're somewhere else, but actually feel like you are not a theme park
I literally would tell the people we were with, and it's funny, I got like something told back, but I said, you could take a video inside here, go to the center, go do a pano around the entire thing, look everywhere, and send it to your friend and tell them that you're in Europe, tell them you're in Paris, whatever.
Yeah.
They will believe you. Now, what was it? The Griswold's daughter was there with us, Emmy, and she's like, yeah, I mean, kind of. I've been to Paris, though, so it's not fully like this, but I'm like, so then as an American, send that to another American, and they will totally believe you. And she's like, that's a true statement. So, yeah, it is so gorgeous there. And, like, the theme of this goes throughout the entire park, which I love so much. But there's no signs. There's no bathroom signs. There's no this signs. that entire park feels like a very natural place.
Okay,
which I think adds to it, and it doesn't feel like you're in a theme park at times. It just feels like you're in another world, and here you're just in another country.
Sounds kind of like Epcot.
Yeah, I'm sure it smells better than the real Paris. I know it was many years I was there, but that smell is still in my nostrils.
Lovely.
Oh, it was pleasant.
Well, they do have one of those Paris candles you can buy, and it recreates that smell if you want it at home.
I'm sure I could just follow Lee in the bathroom and get the same effect. Face on him.
I'm glad this is the last episode we're recording ever.
On that note, though, I think it's time to take an ad break, and we will see you on the other side.
I wish to go to Universal.
Right, off you go. We'll be to the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Welcome back, and we are going to continue discussing the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. So, Michelle, why don't you start us off this half?
I shall. Let's talk about where Michelle will be spending some more money. This month.
Same.
Yeah, I don't have enough wands already. Now I need baguettes.
I'm sorry, Michelle, did you say you haven't enough wands? There are never enough wands.
No, not when you're collecting them. That's pretty, I'm sure.
Completist.
All right, so let's go to Cosme Acajor Baguettes Magique. Guests can shop some of the world's finest wands designed by esteemed artisan wand maker Cosme Acajor in the premier Parisian wand shop, Cosme Acajor Baguettes Magiques. In addition to popular imports from Ollivanders, visitors will find a selection of exquisite wands packaged in unique 3-sided boxes, each containing a list of locations throughout the Wizarding World where guests can practice casting spells. Yes, please. I will take all of them.
So for the longest time, I didn't realize Cosme Acajor was a person.
Okay.
And it's only because I know that we've met one of the people that's playing Cosme Acajor that I was like, oh, it's a person.
Is it because it sounds like it should be in Celestial Park?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I say we didn't do
wand
this?
maker.
We didn't do the experience, but the meet and greet with Cosme Acajor was one of the best.
Okay.
She was so good. She's wandering around, and we went up to her. We're like, oh, yeah, it's so-and-so's birthday. It was Joni's birthday. She's like, you should come in, check out a wand, whatever. And she super in character. She's like, we don't do it like those other wizards over there where the wand picks you. No. I mean, it could, but here you can pick your own wand. And it's this whole bit. Loved it. She was so good, spoke to us for so long. I really hope she stays there doing this a lot in the streets.
So she's just walking around. There's not like a line where you have to meet her, right?
Correct. She's just walking around, and you can walk up to her or not.
I have to have a question though, Chris. What was her accent?
I think it was French. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm 90%. It wasn't American or English. It was pretty sure it was French.
Cool.
I may have a video, but I got to go back and look.
Also, I don't want to see it yet. You can send me it in a couple of weeks, and then So is it an actual? You say you haven't done the experience. Is it an experience, or is it just like you just go in and shop? Because it doesn't say anything about it being like an Ollivanders thing in that bump.
I think it's just a shop because she said that the wands don't choose you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's probably it. Oh, you know what? I did go inside that shop after because Joni went in there to buy a wand.
Okay.
And it is just a shop, but it's gorgeous in there.
Yeah.
Man.
I love again that we're introducing more female characters. As you know, we've now got Hogwarts Express conductors, we've now got night bus conductors, and now we've got...
Did you say nice bus conductors?
Night bus conductors, but
They're
also
nice too.
like female wand keepers as well, and now a female wand keeper in Epic Universe as well. I think it's awesome.
And in 1920s Paris, goodness.
Yes.
They were so ahead of us.
Kayla, how many wands do you own right now? Let's see the challenge between Michelle and Kayla, who has the most wands.
I actually just asked my husband to take a picture of our wand. He built this wand holder. I'm gonna send it to Lee because let me do quick math.
Wow. Yes. Okay. Wow.
When you got to do quick math.
30.
That's gotta be
31.
31.
Wow.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
You beat me 13. I'm probably around somewhere in the 20s.
Jesus.
Some are not universal. Most are. Most were actually I got from the promo of like buy $300
and get
card and get a free wand.
Mhm.
So that was like silly. I'm like, give me all the wands. Some of them are from the New York store. Some of them are from the Cursed Child Broadway show, but a lot of them are.
I mean, those still count. I got 3 of the collector's wands from the gift shop in London Heathrow Potter store.
Cool.
That Bowtruckle wand is awesome, by the way, Kayla.
Yeah, that one's from New York.
That is cool. We will share that on our socials.
What's cool about this place too is that there's a lot of wands that just don't belong to anybody. Like they're just kind of custom wands.
Good.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Like they're so cool looking.
I've seen like the quickest little, like I see it and I just swipe away because I don't want to see the wands. But from the little bits that I've seen, they look really beautiful. And I haven't had any of the magic spoiled for me yet. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm an adult that will do the magic. Like I don't understand if you guys are these adults, that's fine. But adults that are like, oh, that's for kids. Like, nah, it's for me.
No. Yeah.
I get so giddy when I get the magic to work.
Yes.
I do want one of these.
Get out of my way, kids.
Yes. Yeah. And I've had kids try to cut me off and I waited in the line and I'm like, excuse me, this is a line.
Yeah. Nope. This is for adults. Let an adult show you how to do it, child. I want the picture, Kayla. I didn't see the picture.
I'll forward you
of
it.
Your wands. Okay.
It's a secret.
I'll forward it into the group
So
chat.
excited.
Yeah. Speaking of wands, Chris.
Yes. Inspiring wand magic. As guests explore the streets of Wizarding Paris, they can use their interactive wands to create magical experiences as they cast spells at various locations, interact with fantastic beasts such as Nifflers, Bowtruckles, and Demiguise, and engage with enchanted objects in many of the storefront windows, plus other areas throughout the marvelous Place Cachet.
I just want the map. I'm not bothered about doing the magic. I just want the map. The map's cool.
I'll buy a wand then so you can have the map.
Why wouldn't you want to do the magic?
Because I'm not bothered.
And I'll
Lee
put it with my
doesn't like fun.
Japanese
That's what it
wand.
The second generation wands, that's another thing. Like I got the second generation wand the last time I was there, and just the little additions that they added to what already existed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to I want to say blew my mind, but like it wasn't like like that phenomenal necessarily. I don't want to like set people up to have these high expectations, but like again, this magic already existed, but they added such little things that made them really beautiful, really special. And the whole time I was using my second generation wand, I was thinking about France, and that if this is what they did with the second generation wands to a land that already existed, to magic that already existed, they, probably had limitations on what they could do. What could they have done in a land that was built knowing about the magic, knowing about the second generation wands? Like I am really excited just based on what I've already done in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade.
Mm-hmm.
Does the second generation wand work better?
No, according to Seth. When Seth talked about it on Little Things a few weeks ago, he said he had real trouble getting it to work in a lot of the locations. Because don't you remember, Michelle, he said that you can actually turn like the sensitivity of it down to make it easier?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
I turned it down. Mom got really angry at me because
oh no.
So one of the things, so this is actually a tip, I guess. Your wands, I'm trying to think how to explain this. I wasn't doing magic. I wasn't moving my wand. This is very important. I wasn't being a jerk. I was standing with my wand in my hand, and something happened that it registered and my wand lit up.
Oh dear.
And I accidentally did the kids' magic, and this mom like almost took my head off.
Wow.
And me and my friend were like, I wasn't doing anything. Like this was so anyway. So Michelle, to answer, no, it's not better yet. But one of the things I've noticed, I guess a little tip, but I don't know if this is something really you could use. I've noticed, and I've had workers say this as well, that they work better at night, that the sun, like
that would make sense, actually.
The glares, and especially you'll notice the magic in Nocturne Alley is significantly better than the ones outside.
Because it's darker. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's dark. Yeah. It doesn't have glares and stuff.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So they could have placed the magic intelligently that there's limited to no glares.
Kayla, you can't put magic in a box. It happens where it happens. You can't place it where you want. It's magic.
Yeah, I should say, spoiler alert of if you thought that was real magic. It is not.
Well, that goes along with Seth's tip that doing the magic in Place Cachet at night after the park closes before you head out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a double whammy. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Place Cachet, Kayla.
While exploring the streets of Place Cachet, guests will also encounter other visitors. I'm so excited for this. Officials and residents from Wizarding World, including exchange students from Hogwarts and Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, which is the American school, and are from, Ministre des Affaires Magiques de la France, who roams inquiring of suspicious characters like Chris the werewolf, and talking portraits of delightful wizards who engage with locals about the happenings in Place Cachet and more.
Cool. I do love
so excited about that because there really aren't a whole lot of characters that just roam around in the current Wizarding World.
Not even just there, just anywhere really as a rule.
So you get a Christmas at Grinchmas in Zeus Landing, but
like I feel that's what Diagon Alley's Hogsmeade's always lacked. Hogsmeade's supposed to be the only wizarding village, and yet there's no one there. And yet, I hope this is one of those things again, because I think we talked about this the other week with Burke, that you look like this is what Disney were trying to implement in Galaxy's Edge, and we've barely seen any of it stay at this point. And I do hope this is something that stays.
Aside from that, the wand maker, what's her name?
Akajor.
Cosme Akajor. There was also this, this is not a spoiler, just street entertainment. There was more of it in there that we saw. I love music and live music. And there's like this little 3-piece walking band. Yeah. Have you seen any videos or no?
No, but I've heard of it. Because
you need to
I
just
didn't know about that.
And watch it.
There's a creature.
Yes.
I don't
know what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but it's like built into the cart thing, and there's like a trumpet guy.
Tracy, it's not a spoiler. It's in the book. We've read it on the show before.
You do not know how good I am actually not listening when things are read out. You'd be amazed at how much I have not heard already. I can't wait.
Literally, we went to the I forgot the name of the place, but Bar Moonshine, I think it's called. We grabbed a drink. As I'm walking out of the place, I just hear a trumpet playing. And again, you just feel like you're in a city street. So I walked over there, have my drink, watching this live band play, putting on a show for you. It was so perfect. Like, if you can capture that and do that, do it. You're going to love it.
It makes perfect sense in 1920s Paris. Of like buskers and just random musicians and stuff.
We love stuff
because
like that.
It sounds like we've also got it in Dark Universe with the violin player.
It's all in costume, by the way.
Oh,
like
my
fantastic,
God.
like Roaring 20s, speakeasy vibes. It's everything. It's so good.
Cannot wait.
It's Same. Amazing.
When I made my little joke about Chris the werewolf, it kind of hit me that they could do some fun little things, especially with the monster makeup. That if you, especially a werewolf, but they could do some fun things. You can have some fun interactions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Animagus.
Yeah.
Are you an Animagus by any chance?
Yes.
Were you bit? Oh my God.
Awesome.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kayla's leaving to go book her monster makeup right now.
Definitely. Okay, so our guests can also enjoy a delicious international fare and shop for souvenirs and merchandise during their visit to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. We are going to shorten that so fast. This is a highly themed dining and retail locations, including Café L'air de la Sereine, a wonder of French architecture adorned with fabulous carved marble and details of fantastic beasts hidden in the tile and mosaic details. Café L'air de la Sereine is a charming cafe where guests can delight in French sandwiches, plat du jour, and desserts.
Yes.
Yes,
Although
please.
I'm still a bit wary of paying $20 for a butterbeer crepe.
Once. We need to do it once.
I have heard it's worth it. Chris,
And we
you got it,
share
didn't you?
No,
I've
we
heard
didn't do
only good things about
Yes.
that.
I have heard it's well worth it.
on our list to do on the net. We didn't do any dining whatsoever. Like the first day we went into Epic, we spent maybe 30 minutes in this land entirely. Again, not because we didn't want to, but we were just so busy everywhere else. And then the second day we spent way more time here, especially because we were trying to catch that show and it kept on canceling. So that's when we got drinks. We were going to sit down and grab the food from there, but just didn't have time to do it. But it's high on our list, this next trip.
It just feels like somewhere it'd be cool just to sit outside and eat something for breakfast and just enjoy being in that land.
Yes.
Like the band, like the band playing with people, the characters milling around and just take in that.
So act
ambience.
like you're there as a tourist, vacationing for the weekend.
It'd be amazing.
Yep. And this restaurant, if you now book that Harry Potter package, vacation package, it used to only include vouchers for breakfast at Three Broomsticks and Leaky Cauldron. Now it also includes a voucher for breakfast here.
That's
What's
cool.
the name of here?
Yep.
Café
L'Air de la Sirène.
Okay, I just wanted to hear that.
Because she did it pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, you said it nicer than I do.
Lee has made me say it a million times.
I haven't
I don't know if
made you
it's
say
right still.
anything. It is. I think it was pretty good.
I posted on Taste of Universal Instagram that I saw on Find Me Gluten Free. So the food, the allergen information is not yet disclosed, which I think is a little ridiculous. A lot of people are going, and I'm hearing kind of horror stories of it.
Yes.
But on Find Me Gluten Free, which I really, really trust, there was a post about the chicken dish and a steak dish, and the chicken dish looked really awesome. So I'm trying to shout any allergen information because it's really not out there, and a lot of people are really struggling.
Yeah.
So I was uncertain if I could eat here, and it looks like there's at least 2 dishes, and they both looked really good. So
nice.
Not to give them an excuse, by the way, because they should have that, right? Even during previews, because
absolutely.
It is a problem for people that have food, allergies, issues, whatever the case may be. I will say one of the things that when we went there to eat, and maybe this is part of the training, is, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'd go to a place and talk about a food or ask, and they would ask very specific allergy questions to foods over there. So I think they are going to be very proactive with it. And again, they should have it now because you have guests and you need to take care of those guests too. But I'm thinking by opening, they should have all that information so that you can go in there with a clear, mind and not have to worry about, eating something you shouldn't.
I know you guys talked about it on the last episode of Taste, epic preview thing. A lot of that, like you say, the same thing, that a lot of that information, like Shelby was quite concerned about some of the experiences that she's had and that she's heard other people have, and even
Shelby's on it.
And Shelby, it's not an allergy thing. So if she got something that she didn't want, it's because she doesn't want it, not because it's. And so she's like, she even said she's the guinea pig for this stuff because it doesn't affect her if she eats something that she. Obviously, she doesn't want it.
Yes.
Like she's being vegan,
it's
but
not going to make her ill.
It's not going to kill her.
Yes. Like if Kelly gets something that she shouldn't, then that's potentially hospitalization. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about one of my favorite places. I think will become very quickly is La Gobbelette Noire. In the shadowy corners of Place Cachet is a mysterious, time-worn auberge. Is that right?
That's correct.
Where international dark witches and wizards gather to escape the prying eyes of the Paris ministry and have a hearty meal over a hushed conversation. Menu offerings include starters such as soups and salads, as well as a variety of entrees and desserts. I love anything that's like dark. Obviously I've gotten really into Halloween Horror Nights and horror and everything in that world. And so just like Nocturne Alley, seeing that we're going to have a little shadowy place to go to in Place Cachet as well is very cool.
I mean, it's not that hidden, is it? They've just announced it all over the Epic Universe website that where all these dark witches and wizards are hiding from the ministry. So if you want to find them, by the way, this is where they are.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the menu is, but yeah, super cool.
Yes, it looks a bit, well,
it sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The official podcast, Discover Universal, said that a lot of the menu is inspired by Grindelwald, which is really cool. And he's Austrian, so there's like a lot of Austrian food. I don't think I would have connected it had I not listened to that. I thought that was a really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Lee, I'm excited for you to have an experience there with your.
Oh yes, God! Do you know how have you? See, you've brought that up, and I didn't even think about it.
No,
it's just that it's there now. I don't even think about it. But yeah, I'd never even considered that.
It's
Okay,
just like a dirty mark on your arm.
It's just there. I forget about it.
This is all I'm thinking about until May 22nd. So
yeah,
I have a lot of lists of things that I want to do or I want other people to do, depending on if you have a dark mark tattoo.
Are you going to be there opening day too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is, Michelle. It's me and my husband's official wedding anniversary. So that's the whole thing.
Wow.
We've been talking about, like, it's not around there. Like, it's literally May 22nd. And we've been talking about
crazy.
If I'm like, he hates lines. Like, he's the one. And I'm like, Mark, I really think we should go to previews. And he was like, Kayla, it's opening day is our anniversary. Like, we have to go. So anyway, that's why I'm not going to previews.
Kayla, I have to ask, do you have an unofficial anniversary?
I meant like that. Like, it's not.
I know. I'm just yanking your chain.
Or it's May 22nd.
I know. I get it. Just me and Tracy both looked at each other and went, okay.
It was quite a cute turn of phrase, actually.
It's like you know how you have your birthday.
Look,
then there's the birth weekend, the birth week.
To be fair, when you go to theme parks and you get buttons, like your birthday can be in like a 6-month window and you're good to go.
Yes.
Exactly. It could be in a 12-month window, to be fair.
Depends how often you go.
There's your actual birthday and then there's your theme park birthday.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Chris.
Yes.
Talk to us about where me and you are going to be.
Yeah, so
he's already been.
You can actually rent an apartment in here, which would be great for us, Tracy.
Perfect.
But Bar Moonshine.
Yes.
American witches and wizards can enjoy a taste of home at Bar Moonshine, where they'll find exclusive beers, wines, and cocktails served amid U.S. Quidditch teams, pennants, and other items of Wizarding Americana.
I can't believe this is the first time we've had something sort of Quidditch.
It's a sports bar.
It's cool. Like, why have they never done anything? Cool. There's nothing other than like the bits in Forbidden Journey. And but they've never done anything that kind of leans heavily on that sporting aspect of the wizarding world. And it's surprising that this is the first time that we've done it. Mm-hmm. But it sounds super cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to get in.
It's a clever way to bring in like beer and stuff as well. I think this was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's honestly the drinks that we had. We had the Lobe Blaster, which was kind of like a limoncello but with absinthe.
Okay.
They'll sometimes do like a little, like, oh, here's a potion thing, but we ordered like 5 of them. So he kind of like, you're going to see it once. That's it.
Yeah.
And, but so this place is super cool. The drinks are phenomenal. That Lobe Blaster is the drink that I said I grabbed. It's the middle of the day. It's hot. It's so refreshing. And then I watched that 3-piece band play. It was perfection.
Wow.
I will say about this place, really cool looking on the inside. It looks like it's been there for hundreds of years. The only thing that sucks a bit is there's not a lot of line space in there. So the line just goes out the door into the streets. Okay. So not ideal. They may have to do some line management because, again, we're there during previews and the line was just going nowhere. Like, people were just kind of trying to figure it out. But once you're in there, it's super cool.
Are there places to sit inside?
No. There's places to sit right outside.
I assume it's like the Fountain of Fair Fortune then, is it, in Diagon Alley?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that never really has a line, but when it does, there's not a lot of line space inside it.
And isn't that one door in and out as well?
But that place has a switchback, no?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
This place did not have a switchback.
Okay.
Now, is there enough space for them to do one? Possibly, but it would get real tight in there.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting how you've talked about this whole park being built on capacity and then something like this that's quite small.
Yeah, which is like themed cocktails for Harry Potter. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Make it bigger.
Yes,
You know,
please.
they're Finnegans.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Kayla, talk to us for the non-drinkers.
No visit to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is complete without butterbeer. Easier way to say it. Guests can stop by the Bière au Beurre cart during their visit to Place Cachet for a frosty, delicious mug of the fan favorite beverage. And I believe it's in a different mug, correct? I have to get this because I have to get this.
Isn't it like a silver tankard? Or
If you buy the...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It is a collector's mug, I've heard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Bière au Beurre instead of the
Oh, that's cool.
butterbeer.
So we have to have
right?
one.
No, of course.
I think, yeah,
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
it's on my list.
Awesome.
I think I just, again, saw like the quick snip of like, I don't want to be spoiled. And then, but I saw like, oh, a new mug, I guess I need
Like
to
you
buy.
swipe back up to look at it, like just to
Yeah.
make sure it is a spoiler. Like, oh, it is that.
But I have a number of the plastic or whatever, the souvenir butterbeer and Florian, I never say it right, Florian Fortescue, because they were out of whatever. They were out of the cups or they were out of the ice cream cups, and I had to order another souvenir. So I have this like outlandish, I don't actually, it's only a couple, but still, like I look like a goof having multiple like just kind of not, I have the tankard, I have the silver tankard, like the specialty butterbeer, and then I have 3 like plastic butterbeers, and like why? But I have to get this one.
Absolutely.
Yes, you do.
You're in good company. I saved the yellow paper straw that is mush that came inside my Donkey Kong drink just
it's
because
true.
it looked cool.
We've got so
Oh my
many.
God.
We've got so many of those plastic pumpkin juice bottles that you now cannot get in the parks. So
Yeah.
many of them.
Yes.
And even just the pumpkins on the top. Like we've got about.
Well, I think we started just keeping the pumpkins at the
and
end.
then we just like, just keep the bottle. And then we've got like half a dozen bottles, and then probably another 12 of just those tops of pumpkins. And they're even collector's items now because you can't get them anymore.
No. Much to my
Sitting on a gold
dismay.
mine, my friend.
I'll sell them on eBay for $20 a piece.
2 million?
2 million bucks
Yes.
a piece. Okay.
Yeah. Got to fund the
They
lifestyle.
haven't been washed, so there might be a slight whiff of pumpkin juice
Wait,
in there
see, I can
still
go
for
and
people.
smell them. Moldy pumpkin
I don't
juice.
know. At this point, I doubt it's going to smell like pumpkin juice.
Probably not.
It just smell like mold.
It's still like mold.
Yes.
It smell like dirty cat in the hat water.
Ew.
Ooh.
This is kind of off topic, but not really what we're talking about. I just thought of Maddie sharing that, I guess, spoiler alert of Rush of Fear, that she found a old Dueling Dragons pin, the original Dueling Dragons pin, and hearing you talk about the pumpkin juice. If we had an episode where people shared like really cool
That's a
souvenir
good idea.
and
Yeah.
like the stuff that doesn't exist anymore, that could be really neat.
Yeah.
Because I've been
Interesting. I'll add it
geeking
to the
out.
list.
I feel like, anyway,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
add it to the list.
I will.
Yes.
Thank you, Killer.
Of course, no visit to anywhere is
To anywhere. I love how you put anywhere.
to anywhere. It's complete without a little bit of retail therapy. So guests can shop for wizarding gear and memorabilia in Les Galeries. Will you just read this? Les Galeries Mirifiques. We'll go with that. Satisfy their sweet tooth at the French confectionery shop Caramel, or make a stop for Ministry of Magic inspired items at the Metro Flu gift shop Tour on Flu.
Tour on Flu.
Tour on Flu.
Tour on flu. That's cute.
Tour on Flu.
That is cute.
Oh my God.
It's very melodic.
It annoys me. I
Oh
think I
my
brought this
God.
up a couple of episodes ago. It is starting to annoy me a little bit that it's just as if you haven't spent enough to go, but you have to spend a fortune while you're there as well.
I mean, you don't have to.
You do.
But
You do.
You're going to.
Yes, and they know what you're going to do. And it's just like, oh, really? Do I need all this crap in my house? If you saw our house, we don't need any more crap in it. And the problem is I'm going to go in 2 weeks' time and come back with so much more crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it 2 weeks? Oh my
Yes.
God.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
no. It is 2 weeks as of recording this. When this episode comes out, it'll be the day after tomorrow.
2 weeks, Kayla.
Shut up. And Michelle, you are going opening day for your
Yeah,
first
I
time?
don't need that. I don't need
Yes.
it.
So
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
It's very, 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 very close.
They didn't even invite me.
Chris, would you like to come?
You better hush.
I've just invited you. Didn't name me,
Thank
so
you.
it still counts. Yeah.
You know what,
What
Trace?
sucks is that-
Let's go for a preview. We'll put on the company card.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, yes, it'll be my first time ever having been in Epic. It'll be me and Audrey's first time and
ours.
And ours.
Cole.
Yes.
Who else is going? We got a huge group, yeah.
Shelby's there, I think, from Taste.
Just everybody but poor Chris and Alexa.
And Kelly.
Sounds so much fun.
Kelly's not coming.
No.
Poor Kelly's not coming either.
No. Cameron's not coming.
Oh.
It's just going to be too much
Yeah.
too much heat, too much
Yes.
lines.
Yeah.
And Mark was trying to figure out, and then it was actually the show, the circus show, where I was like, Mark, if we wait in line, we get in the show, and Cameron, we plan around his nap, and something happens, and he wakes up screaming, who is leaving? Like, which one of us is leaving? Like, what are we going to do?
Flip a coin.
You were gently telling him that he's leaving, is what you're saying. And you're making the right decision. Doing one day there without Lucas and then doing the next day, it was rough because it is a very hot theme park. There's not a lot of greenery, a lot of pavement, and he was little guy was going through it.
Yeah. And it is going to be hotter. It is going to be hot. I mean, we've already looked at the
only
weather.
going to get hotter. Yeah,
we've looked at the
100%.
weather forecast for that 2 weeks that we're over, and it is hot.
Yeah.
What is hot to you?
5 degrees.
I don't understand what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's going to be
Celsius.
it's going to be it's going to be in the 30s.
That's in the high. That's
I
80s,
made that up.
90s.
That's not that bad for Florida.
Like 86, 87 most days.
That's hot for us.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it. I suppose we'll put up with it.
Considering it was freezing when we were over in December, I'm looking forward to it.
It was nice in December.
It was freezing. I didn't like it.
Listen, I will bring all of my hot weather gadgets and share them with you because I have plenty for the whole family. So
my brain has gone to
I
a
will
really
take care of
dark
you
place
guys.
right now.
Wow. I'll tell you what, you two, save those thoughts in a few
God.
minutes' time.
No, I don't think we need to talk about what my brain went through.
I already have something I need to discuss in the bonus show.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so speaking of, I think we're about done.
I think so.
Yeah, that's going to wrap up another episode and bring us one step closer.
The final step closer.
Yeah, it's just a few little
Final countdown. 2 days. In 2 days, we'll be stepping foot under the Chronos.
Yes. So yes, the opening of Epic Universe is upon us. Kayla, please plug your /our podcast.
Yeah, so the Taste of Universal, we cover food in general, and then we also have I'm gluten-free, Shelby is vegan, and Kelly is dairy-free. So we cover some, we cover allergens, and as you heard in this podcast, like bringing up the chicken and steak dish. So just things that we're hearing and hopefully getting from Universal. And so we cover just food in general, and then also specify allergens to help you, as I think a lot of people either have some, either a preference or an allergy or have someone in their party with that. So we hope that it's helpful.
Yes. And I'm the one that just goes, ugh, every time cilantro or coconut is mentioned.
The thing
which
is
a lot.
Cilantro.
I know I'm biased to the podcast because I kind of helped put it together, but it is such a really good resource because if you're going, I know from being friends with Kayla and Shelby and Kelly, that going to a theme park can be such a minefield for people who have such bad allergies, and it listening to that podcast will allow you to be able to go to these places and rather than just go safe, still be in a position where you can enjoy what the park has to offer, but safely, and it's a huge resource. And then just talking about the food news, like Shelby is up on what is going on in those parks. Like I do not know.
Yes.
So anything that's changed menu-wise or whatever, she's on it. And it's, if you're just interested in what might be new or changed since, like on an upcoming trip, it's the place to be because we don't really cover food that much on here anymore.
No, not
we don't need to. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
You've got us.
Well, I will say it's even really important for this park covering the food and allergies, just because, obviously you guys cover that, what the menus look like, but in comparison to a standard, I don't want to say standard theme park, but let's just say Islands or Universal, where it's a lot of burgers, fries, pizzas, dogs.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like that's, you kind of get the basis and you know what you can and can't touch there.
Yep.
Whereas here, there's so many complex dishes that they have that you have a greater chance of tapping on somebody's food allergy.
Yes.
So knowing that information, I think, is very helpful to people who need that.
Yep.
Yes.
And you can find that wherever you find us.
Absolutely. Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So now we want to hear from you. Send us your hilarious How Bad is Fast and Furious Supercharged jokes and your Which Stick Gets Your Licked recordings to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Plus, don't miss out and join the amazing Producers Club community today at uuop.supercast.com. So that's going to do it. And there are only 2 days left until the park opens. Oh my goodness. I need to pack.
My eyes are tearing up.
My
eyes have teared up multiple times this episode, and I'm not just saying that.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go and wipe Kayla's tears. And see you next time.
That's the end of another Stella episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else the podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, Children of the Night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando food podcast, and the Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.